Peace and blessings. Welcome back. Today we're talking about the fear of God and lessons from Metatron. If you don't know who Metatron is, Metatron was a man who went by the name of Enoch, who God ascended to the rank and the body of an angel, an archangel, while he was still a man. In the Bible, they say some people won't see death, right? Enoch was one of these individuals, right? Enoch was one of God's favorite people. He made Enoch the man and transformed him into Metatron, the angel. Metatron was one of the first angels I worked with on my path, like years and years ago. I do recommend working with Metatron. Very positive spirit, will show you a lot of things, especially if you're new just to spirituality and just the real world. We say these terms like spirituality, religion, magic, metaphysics, alchemy. It's just the real world at the end of the day. But first, I just want to start with this excerpt from the book of Enoch, right, which is the book of Metatron. Enoch 3, chapter 8. Right, it's Metatron, the prince of the present, said to me, right, and it was a rabbi, you know what I'm saying? Metatron was talking to a rabbi at this point. Metatron, the prince of the present, said to me, before he appointed me to attend the throne of glory, the Holy One, blessed be he, opened to me 300,000 gates of understanding. So before Enoch became Metatron, right, before Enoch the man gathered and gained the rank of an archangel, right, before he went to heaven, before he was at the throne of glory, God blessed him with 300,000 gates of understanding. 300,000 gates of subtlety, 300,000 gates of life, 300,000 gates of grace and loving, 300,000 gates of kindness, 300,000 gates of love, 300,000 gates of Torah, 300,000 gates of meekness, 300,000 gates of maintenance, 300,000 gates of mercy, and 300,000 gates of the fear of heaven. So Enoch, right, was blessed with a whole lot. You get, multiple lifetimes worth of things, right? Again, he was one of God's favorite people, right? God will bless all of us, right? But these are the ways God blessed Metatron. Metatron, again, is a part of our family, you get what I'm saying? We're all God's children, okay? Metatron was just one of God's, favorite children, he just wanted to show Metatron some stuff, right? That was Metatron's personality, right? That was God's personality. But if you ever seen Naruto, I know I'm cutting my audience in half. But there was a character in Naruto, right? Well, there's two characters, right? Rock Lee and Guy Sensei, right? How their power went, right? They had to open gates to get their power, right? These gates were in the body like chakras, right? They had to open certain gates and get this power. They can open the second gate, get another power. Open the third gate, right? And get all these powers, right? Naruto, there was 8 gates, right? Metatron has went through 300,000 gates. You get what I'm saying? Multiple times. He's opened 300,000 gates 11 times. You get what I'm saying? You can do the math on that, right? So Metatron has a whole lot of power, a whole lot of understanding. This is how people have to be blessed to turn into angels, right? You have to get a whole lot of meekness, a whole lot of mercy. You get what I'm saying? A whole lot of grace, a whole lot of love, a whole lot of maintenance. You get what I'm saying? A whole lot of care, a whole lot of understanding, a whole lot of subtlety. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of kindness. A whole lot of fear of heaven, okay? I was reading this, and God likes doing whatever I do, God be with me with whatever I do. I could be playing video games, God still be with me, you get what I'm saying? So I'm reading this. I had to take a break just from reading this. I'm like, oh my God, because I understand, just my level of understanding now, you get what I'm saying? I just had to take a break. That's a whole lot. It's a whole lot of power, you get what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of love, right? This whole lot of kindness, whole lot of, great qualities, right? But God will put you through certain things, okay, before you get to that throne, before you get to that place in your life. Yeah, I mean, where you're sure of everything. Sometimes these struggles in your life be gates. As a spiritual practitioner, you get what I'm saying? As a human, right? We can view these gates as different things, right? Circumstances, reincarnations. You get what I mean? Some people take a whole reincarnation to learn something, to go through one gate. You get what I'm saying? Some people might take a whole year to go through one gate. There's like Saturn returns. Some people might take 30 years to go through one gate. So Metatron had to go through 300,000 gates of all these qualities that align with God, right? Subtlety, mercy, love, kindness, the fear of heaven. This is just something that, is never talked about in any spiritual community, any spiritual channel, but the real sons, the real daughters know this stuff. It's easy, it comes to us. We've been through those gates, we understand. Okay, people still, aren't grasping really just how powerful God is. Okay, and the grace that God gives us is true grace. Metatron had to go through 300,000 gates of grace and love. You get what I'm saying? And that still doesn't even compare to God's grace. You get what I'm saying? All these fake preachers, these thieves, I'm gonna stop calling them all these thieves in these churches and stuff online, right, are always talking about the devil and demons and things like that, right? People haven't seen that reality. What you think the devil doing to you or to these people, what you think demons are doing to you and these people, God can do much more worse than the devil can. Okay, God can harm you much more worse than the devil can. God can damage you much more worse than the devil can, than a demon can. But we are in his grace. You have to understand this. You get what I'm saying? It's like people with pet snakes, pet poisonous snakes, right? The snake doesn't bite everyone. Not every owner of these snakes get bit. But that snake can still kill these people. You get what I'm saying? These people who got pet tigers, pet lions, right? Some people may just never get bit, never get attacked. But that tiger, that lion can still rip them to shreds. You get what I'm saying? That is grace. People haven't seen them realities. You get what I'm saying? Because, people haven't been to those. They're really childlike realities. They say you have to be a child to enter the gate of heaven. You ain't never, fight with your dad for real. You get what I'm saying? Y'all ain't never seen dad, not even mad, just playing that way, though. God, I'm not even going to say God has a devil form or a demon form. It's not like that, but he can show you that. What you think them demons are doing is literally nothing. It don't even compare. Right? On one aspect. This is just one aspect. This is one gate I'm giving y'all on the fear of God, right? You think your bully bad? You don't know what God can do. You think the military bad? It still don't compare to what God can do. You think nukes and stuff like that bad? Yeah, they are bad, right? They still don't compare. All his children know this, right? He done showed us. It's not a joke. You get what I'm saying? It's not a joke at all. It's one gate, right? But you have to understand, okay, the true state of heaven, right? Heaven is different for everyone, right? Metatron went through 300,000 gates of the fear of heaven. Right? That's like 300,000 different heavens pretty much. You get what I'm saying? Because a gate can be a whole incarnation. Right? That's what I'm telling you guys. He's been through 300,000 heavens. There's multiple heavens, right? They don't talk about this. But heaven, okay, is a personal experience that you have with life. With the internal and external world, it can become a heaven to you. Right? When the internal and external world is dang near perfect to you. You get what I'm saying? It can become like heaven. It is a state of being. It's a state of being. Okay? You're around all the right people. The negative people pretty much just disappear. You know what I mean? You got all your positive qualities. The negative qualities in you pretty much disappear. It's a state of being. It's like heaven. You get what I'm saying? The good heavens, right? I'm not going to talk about the bad heavens. People don't talk about that. The good heavens. You get what I'm saying? But you have to understand, it's a state of ecstasy, right? You can get lost in this state the same way people get lost on earth, right? Your dog done ran away, your cat done ran away. People done left their kids in a supermarket, never see their kid. People get lost on earth, right? God was showing this to Metatron so God doesn't get lost in heaven. Okay, that is a fear. You can literally get lost in heaven, in ecstasy, in perfection. You could think, oh, that's all there is because it's like this right now, right? Because, oh, you know what I'm saying? From God, oh, that's God. He told me I'm his favorite. I'm in heaven. I can get lost in this. I can do pretty much whatever I want. You get what I'm saying? You can get lost in ecstasy and bliss, thinking that's all there is. Thinking nothing bad can happen to you. Thinking you can do no wrong. You can forget to be kind, to be loving, to be graceful, to be subtle. You know what I'm saying? To be meek, right? To maintain yourself, right? It's not like heaven isn't still a maintained state of being. You know what I mean? A maintained location, right? It's like upkeep. You know, you got to still upkeep your mind and your soul, your spirit. Make sure you're able to handle even heaven. Same way you got to handle earth right now. You got to make sure you can handle your business on earth, right? My dark magicians, you know, you got to make sure we can handle hell. You get what I'm saying? Go through them gates. We got to make sure we can handle heaven. You know what I'm saying? Go through those gates. Literally, it takes people lifetimes for this stuff, right? Metatron received all this, you know. They don't say how long it took or nothing, right? But God blessed Metatron with all this knowledge, right? You know, in the book of Enoch, they say he was actually the highest angel, right? I don't think that's true anymore. Again, these books was written like hundreds of years ago and things like that. Things changed. I'm sure at one point in time, he probably was, though, for sure. You know, I don't know who the highest angel is now, honestly. You know, I don't really even care like that. I'm not worried about it or nothing, you know? And, you know, just a soul, spirit at the end of the day, right? I'm trying to help all souls, all spirits. I don't care about who the highest, who the lowest, you know? It don't matter to me. But, you know, be prepared. You get what I mean? God may show you a whole lot of stuff. You get what I'm saying? The world may show you a whole lot of stuff, right? Look into your eyes. You still have a lot of stuff hidden inside of you. Still hasn't been awakened. Still hasn't been unlocked. You get what I'm saying? Other angels, other gods, your ancestors still got gates for you to go through. You get what I'm saying? At this point, every day be a gate to me, right? I'll keep it above with y'all. Every day be like a gate to me, right? That's 300 gates in a year, right? Metatron went through 300,000 11 times. You get what I'm saying? So it's a whole lot that we can still experience, right? It's like getting lost in infinity. Right, this is the fear of heaven, right? It's like fear of infinity. I don't want to get lost in infinity, literally. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Imagine how you feel about your partner, your wife, your husband, you know, your dream girl, your dream man, right? You can get lost in that. You get what I'm saying? And they're just a human. You can get lost in that. People give all they got to other just humans. You get what I'm saying? This is like the fear of heaven, literally, right? Same way some men, you know, are iffy on relationships. Some women are iffy on relationships. They don't want to get lost in nothing. They don't want to waste their time. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to get lost in heaven. You don't want to even get lost in God. You get what I'm saying? You want to maintain yourself. Know where you at. You get what I mean? You want to make sure you're still filled with love, you know? The whole outside world could turn to a heaven. You could see nothing but love from the outside world. You want to make sure you still got love in you, though. You know what I'm saying? You're not just taking from other people's love. You know, you got your own. You giving the love too, right? Same way you can see the whole world in hell. You can see the whole world in darkness. You got to still make sure you got the love. This is band of the dog knowledge for when you go to hell. You turn that motherfucker to heaven for real. You know what I'm saying? You got that power. You know, God didn't say you can't do that. You know, God said you can do whatever you want in Jesus' name. You get what I'm saying? People are always like, oh, you can't do that. You can't do that. I'm telling people, thousands of gates I done been through in little videos. Here's thousands of gates. Literally, y'all talking about, oh, you can't do that. When Metatron did it. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of us done did it. You know what I'm saying? This is not for everybody, though. This is for us. Literally, you know what I'm saying? So I don't be too worried about it. But literally, it took me years to even get this far. It's so much more. You know what I'm saying? So take your time. There really ain't no rush. Try to stay grounded, right? Take care of your mundane realities best you can, right? Your spiritual life gonna come. Has no other option for real. You get what I'm saying? That's truly just understanding God, though. Understanding heaven. You get what I mean? Imagine like your favorite food. Just imagine heaven. You get what I'm saying? Like, imagine your favorite food. Alright. My favorite food probably like smoothie. I already know, right? I could eat the same thing every day. You get what I'm saying? I have a smoothie, lobster, baked potato, you know what I'm saying, chicken salad. Right? Imagine I could just eat like unlimited amount of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't get fat. Don't even have to get up and make it. Like, it just pops up. You know what I'm saying? I would get lost just in a smoothie. Because I'm like, bro, I got infinite, the best tasting, you know what I'm saying, fruit that only grow in heaven, all kind of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Meat and shit that like that only grow in heaven. On a fucking heavenly grill, got heavenly fork. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't understand, like, this shit literally high. Like, these preachers don't make it sound high. These preachers be fucking, these thieves, you know what I'm saying? That shit high. Like, it's a high, literally high vibe. Like, I'll just be eating all day. Like, bro, there's so much of heaven you can go do that. You know what I'm saying? You can get lost in that. You can get lost in these things. Like, this is why they teach you to fear these things. Because we, again, are just in God's grace, right? Even heaven is just in God's grace. God promised us heaven. God didn't have to promise us no heaven. Heaven could not exist. You know what I'm saying? Heaven exists because God's grace. You know what I'm saying? Your understanding exists because God's grace. Your love exists because of God's grace in the first place. Or all these love and light. That's still God's grace. You know what I mean? And all glory. You know what I'm saying? That's why we fear God, though. Like, you gotta understand, it literally doesn't have to always be these great states, right? I'll be in different dimensions at multiple times. I'll be in heaven all the time, literally, right? But down here, you know what I'm saying? It'd be so high, it don't even, like, it barely reached down. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in different dimensions and shit. Like, it don't gotta be like that, though. Like, it's only just because of God. Like, we could try to make our fake heavens, right? Because we sons, we could try to make a heaven. You know what I'm saying? I'll teach y'all how to make a heaven. It's still, like, it don't compare. It'll never compare. You know what I'm saying? God, I told y'all, like, my past views, God be in my heaven and shit. I forgot I even made that motherfucker. I was in his shit. You know what I'm saying? Just on some, like, fun and just knowing how powerful we are. Just understanding, you know? Just understand, oh, I can do that. And still don't compare, you know? Same, you know, the flip of this, right? These black magicians. You know, I don't even know, you know? I'll tell y'all, though, 'cause it's late in the video, you know? These black magicians try to make a fake hell. Again, still don't compare. Don't compare. These imps and shit like that, you know? Try to make a fake hell. You know, don't let no low-level imps and the weakest demons of all time send you to a fake hell. There's fake hells you just gotta worry about. You know what I'm saying? There's fake hells, literally. Literally. Some people be in illusions and shit. You know, so open your gates up. You feel me? Talk to God Sensei, God Sensei. You get what I'm saying? Open them gates up. Ask him to bless you with some gates. Ask him to bless you with more understanding, more love, more kindness, more subtlety. You know what I'm saying? More meekness. You know what I'm saying? More grace. I'm trying to remember them off the top. I got this notebook. This notebook powerful, for sure. More mercy. You know what I'm saying? More maintenance, more fear of heaven. More Torah. Are you trying to unlock your angel DNA for real? Your seraphim DNA for real? You get what I'm saying? Your angelic DNA. Your cherubim DNA. You know what I'm saying? Your Ophanim DNA. You know what I'm saying? That dimension of you that's over there while you on earth and shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to bring that energy down. You know, ask for them gates. You know, ask to be blessed, for sure. Say that in every video. You know, I hope you blessed for real. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm blessed, right? We all blessed for real. This is grace. This is real grace. I know we all blessed. Some people just don't see it. They don't understand. They're not subtle. They don't got no grace. They don't got no love, no kindness, no maintenance. They destroying everything. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. We just need more positive energy for real. But super peace and super blessings. Hope y'all have a super day, a super week, a super month, a super year. Working with our super angels like Metatron, you feel me? Thank y'all for making it to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.